Welcome to the Blueprint today. We are so excited to have Teresa as our guest today. And we are going to be talking about how businesses and nonprofits can partner together to make a difference. So welcome, Teresa.
Thank you.
She is our neighbor. So it was really fun. She just walked down the complex.
So great. I was like, okay, gotta go. Yeah.
I know, it's so great. So before we get started, tell me a little quick overview about Help the Fight, what your position is there, the mission behind the organization, all that great stuff.
Happy to. Thank you for having us here and sharing this with you guys. So Help the Fight is a nonprofit organization. We provide financial assistance to those who are battling breast cancer. We help them with everyday needs, whatever that might be. It could be gas to get to and from appointments, groceries, utility bills, house, mortgage, rent, anything. We pretty much meet them where they're at. We get to know them and we just ask them what it is that they need to relieve a little bit of that stress as they're going through this. One of our favorite things is we actually helped a mom pay for karate lessons for her son. So again, that was just something that she wanted. So we did not hesitate. We said, absolutely. This is something that affects families too. So it's not just the individual.
And I love, as you're saying that, I love that probably meant the world to that kid. You know, like that's so much to weigh on a child and just to have that one thing. You know, look, I'm tearing already. I knew this was going to be a rough one.
It was an emotional one for sure. I mean, they're all unique and special, but this one also for the mom. To be able to know that her diagnosis and her journey affects her family and for her to just want to see her son go off out into the world and go do something that he loves and not have to
have to think about mom being sick for a minute.
So that is something really special. That's why we do what we do.
I love
for moments
and
like
I love that it's so custom to each family. That it's not just this is what we provide, this is how we provide it, this is a form you have to submit. I like that it, like you said, it's meeting people where they are and what their needs are. So
absolutely.
What inspired you personally to get involved with Help the Fight?
So I do not have a personal connection with breast cancer at all.
Really?
Really?
I honestly would have just assumed.
A lot of people are very surprised at that. But I've always wanted to serve in some way and give back to the community. It's very important to me. And I was just navigating through life trying to figure out what that was. And this opportunity came about. I personally had my mammogram done just prior to this opening up and had some things show up and had to go back. And I felt like that was just a sign for me that is this really where I'm supposed to be going? And I went through my interview and just realized the local impact of this organization and people helping people. And while I wasn't affected by it personally, I just have the compassion and heart to do whatever it takes to help others. So and I just found that with Help the Fight and their family.
I love that. I love that. So, all right. So we're going to talk about the value of partnerships. So that's kind of what we're going to dig into. And whether that's with Help the Fight or another nonprofit, there are such amazing organizations out there doing amazing things. And sometimes as a business owner, it can be a little overwhelming. And you're not sure where to get started, who to support, how to best support them, what that looks like. So I'm excited to dig into this with you. So why do you think partnerships between businesses and nonprofits are so powerful?
I think it's the impact of others coming together and just how significant and powerful that is. You know, going back to what you were saying is how do you choose? Like, what is that like? And how does a business make those choices, which is very hard because we just want to help in whatever it is. But we firmly believe that finding something that is important to the business, to your organization, to your people that are working there, and creating that culture of we want to come together and we want to do good in our community and best serve it the way that we're passionate about,
Yeah.
that we want to do that. So I always say, look at your people and look at maybe what they're going through. Is there somebody on the team that is going through, I mean, for instance, breast cancer? Is there someone that is going through that? And you know what? We want to support them. Or is it, human traffic, whatever that is, like just finding what it is that makes a difference in their lives that they want to come forward and do something with
I
that.
love that.
Yeah.
All right. So from your perspective, what does a successful partnership look like?
Yeah.
I really enjoyed this question because I think that some people think it's just cutting a check. And that is a part of it, but that is not what makes a strong partnership necessarily.
Yeah. No, the financial piece is great, but it's building the relationship that that is truly what it's about. It's building relationships with people in the business. We do a lot of networking. And
yes, we see you out often.
Yes, it's great. It's great. You meet so many people. You learn about so many other organizations that you're not even aware of. There's so much goodness going on in this community locally that, there's always something that you can support. So just coming together, building those relationships, and finding ways that you can creatively come together and really impact the community that you're in.
I love that. I love that. So, Teresa, can you share a story of a business partnership that had a big impact on your organization or a family that you served?
Yeah. Oh gosh, there's so many.
I'm sure.
There's so many. I'm going to use our relationship as an example because it involves so many different pieces and how it evolved. You reached out and said we're doing an event at Tanger Outlets.
Yeah.
And we agreed to do that. Thought, oh my gosh, this would be great just for brand awareness and the exposure, and that you had this platform to be able to use that and be a part of. And then, as your creative mind just keeps going and you're like, okay, so we're working with K Marketing. We're going to be at Tanger Outlet.
Yeah.
And we have a great relationship with WellSpan.
Yeah.
And they have the mobile mammography coach unit. And I thought, how fun would it be to bring this to this event?
Yes.
And the power of that and how you really can just pull from different resources and create an even better experience. So with that, we're impacting the community. Yeah. We're working with local businesses in the area, and we're also providing free screenings if needed, if financially they cannot, afford to have health insurance, that they can get that, and the importance of that for early detection. So bringing this resource.
I love that it's mobile too.
It is.
As I share often on our other podcast, write that down. I recently turned 40. Okay. So I had to go, it's breast cancer. I love that you liked my post about it.
Yes.
I recently went and got my first mammogram. Welcome to your 40s. Yeah. And I laughed because I was like, how do they make all of this mobile?
Yeah.
And it was one of those things I was like, this machine is huge.
Yes. Yeah. So I personally had mine done.
Did you? In the mobile mam?
Yeah. We had an event at Texas Roadhouse. Okay. And they came out and we had screenings provided there. And I thought, I'm going to do it. If I'm going to talk about it, and I need to know what that is like.
What the experience is like.
It was far better than any other experience I had getting a mammogram. Yeah.
There you go.
It was awesome. So
I love how you said it was awesome.
It was awesome. People are scared. I
was thinking about that while you're talking. I was like, it is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Mm-hmm. And I think that it was just funny that timing wise, that was when I went and got my first one. And do you remember when who was the anchor of the Today Show that Hoda went and got the colon screening?
Wasn't it Hoda?
No,
it was Katie Couric, because her husband.
Yes. And she went on it and she normalized it, and it was one of those things. I was really scared to go get it done. I was, everybody says it hurts so much, and it really wasn't. I mean, come on,
it's uncomfortable.
We've had babies.
Yes.
This was not a big deal.
Yes, absolutely. Amen to that. Yes,
it was so in and out.
Yeah.
Like I was in, changed, screened, and back in my car in, I don't know, half an hour.
Yeah,
40 minutes. Like it wasn't. Yeah.
So, I think more people need to talk about that, because I think we don't. We just hear the bad, and no, it's normal. Normal. We have to have it done.
I mean, yeah. And I think we'll be like, oh, it's gonna hurt. And I was like, well, yeah, but dying hurts more.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
And not to, but like, going and getting that screening. And I love that Katie Couric did that with colon cancer, and just talking about. I think a lot of times it's just a fear of the unknown.
Yeah, absolutely.
And what is it going to be? And or the simple fact that, like, there's probably people listening, and them, a sister, a wife, has turned 40, and you are of the age. It's check the box.
Yeah. Yes.
So awesome. So for small businesses, right?
Yeah.
So we're a small business. We've been in business for a year and a half. When you have limited budgets, what are creative options that can still make a really big difference?
Yeah, there's so many ways. We've worked with so many small businesses, which we love supporting the small businesses, and they have been so just generous in different ways. So we get creative. We hold events throughout the year. So providing services for us to have at our events, and whether it's raffle items or auction items, things like that.
Yes, we just were at your gala. Yes. So I get to sit at your table.
It was so fun. Yes.
I was so excited when we were there. And you're right. Like all those small businesses that showed up, and I mean, how many raffles were there?
We had 100 raffles items.
It was so much, like the tables just kept going and going and going.
And that's all due to donations. I mean, they were all donated.
And were all the trips, I'm assuming, were all donated also?
Yes. Yeah. Yep. Trips, silent auction items, 75 of those, 18 live auction items. And it truly was our community and the local businesses just being so generous in that aspect. And that's a huge help for us.
Yeah.
I mean, huge help, because I mean, that's our biggest fundraiser of the year.
Right.
And providing those items was just
right.
amazing.
And I think sometimes people think, gosh, I don't have the $500 or the $1,000 for the sponsorship.
Right.
Donating a raffle, even something I thought of too, being the wife of the deputy fire chief, which is all volunteer, and just coming and helping, like just manpower,
Absolutely.
Like the amount of manpower it takes to put on things like that.
Yeah, it's amazing. Volunteering is one of the best things, and getting your team involved. If you're a business, getting your team involved and coming out and helping set up. I mean, for that event alone, I mean, we had probably 30 volunteers the night before just setting things up. And if you were to see it, I just was blown away when you see everyone come together. And they have been helping for so long. We've had some new volunteers, and we're always accepting new volunteers, but we couldn't do it without them.
Yeah,
I mean, we could not do what we do.
I mean, could you imagine how you would put all, what is it? The total was like 180 raffles or something.
No, we just couldn't do it.
Yeah.
The manpower beforehand, we have people inputting information, and, they just volunteer their time. And it could be a little bit of time.
Yeah.
It could be every step of the way.
Right.
It's whatever they can provide. We will accept that.
I love that. Speaking of that still, what do nonprofits need most from business partners that we as business partners might not always think about?
Yeah. So we have some things going on right now, especially this time of the month. We have some local businesses holding like coffee shops.
Okay.
Like they sell a certain coffee during the month, and then proceeds come to us. It's Gracie's on West Main. I know you're familiar with them.
Yes.
They are doing something all month as well, selling pink t-shirts, and they have a special menu item. And we're just collaborating on an event then after that. So it's just, there's so many
little ways that you can tie that in to what the business is already doing.
Yeah, absolutely.
And making a shared impact.
We also have a really great partnership with Community Aid.
Okay.
And this is something that businesses can also help out with is we get 13 cents for every pound donated to community aid using our partner ID number, which you can find on our website.
Okay.
And local businesses can hold their own little drive within the business and have their team members just bring in all of their stuff that they no longer want after going shopping. And then they can actually pull everything together with their team. They can go down to community aid. We can set that up. They can share that they did that. And it's just a great team, team effort. And,
I mean, we're in a black bag season right now.
Yeah.
Like, I'm ready to just...
You have it in the back of your car.
Just you know, as a mom on that day that you like just hit that point and you're like, it all has to go.
All going.
Everything has to go. Everybody gets to pick one water bottle and one pair of shoes.
Oh my gosh.
And the rest is...
Yes.
It's gone.
It's all gone. Yeah. Well, now you can.
There's a place for it to go. I was literally even thinking about that this morning. And I was like, our housekeeper comes on Wednesdays, so I'm trying to pick up all the things, you know, and I'm like, why are there so many things?
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Awesome. All right. So are there any common mistakes or misconceptions that business owners try to partner with a nonprofit and kind of miss the mark?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think a lot of businesses might think that they have to make that big donation or that big sponsorship, and they may shy away from that. And the expectation of what they're getting in return of that. So I think it's, again, going back to make sure it's something that you're passionate about.
Yeah.
So you find that group, that organization that you want to partner with and make that the priority.
Yes.
Yeah. And not the financial piece of it, and just building that relationship with that person and finding out ways that you can work together.
Yeah. And I love thinking of it going into it with no expectations.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And just saying, hey, we're going to do this as a team, and or that we're going to do this as a company. And if that special coffee flavor, since we use that, you know, didn't sell what you thought it might, it still sold something.
Yes.
That still made an impact.
Yes.
And to kind of lower the expectations and not make it a pressure thing. You know, like being a business owner has enough pressure all on its own, and making it something rewarding for you, for your team. Yeah.
And we've done that. We've held things and they did not turn out what we all had hoped for. But we always walk away. We impacted somebody.
Yes.
If one person walked into that establishment that we were at and we were, you know, sharing what we do, that was one more person that may not have heard of who we are, what we do, and the fact that this local business partnered with them, the impact that that has.
Yeah.
So if it affects just one person, it's well worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. All right. So what are the lasting effects in the community when businesses constantly show up for our local causes?
I just think it speaks volume of kindness and compassion. I think some people don't focus on that. When you're in a business, there's so much stress of numbers and sales and all of that. And I think it all comes into place when you can use your resource and partner with others. And it just shows your culture.
Yeah.
And like I said, that kindness and compassion to your customers.
Yeah.
And that could be a big difference. I mean, there's so many businesses that are selling the same thing.
Yeah.
And it's who are you as a business and what are you doing in your community that I want to choose you to do that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think even building on that, being exposed to the nonprofit world heavily my whole life through church and activities as a child, and now with my husband being, you know, in a nonprofit, you meet the best people.
Yeah.
Like, I love our nonprofit clients. Like, I love their guts out because they're volunteering their time.
Yeah.
You know, and everything that they're doing is coming into this perspective. They're in this space of doing good. You know, and even for you, this is your position. Like, I think of even our paid positions in our nonprofits and how passionate they are about the nonprofit, what they do, and how much they're willing to just receive how feedback, support. And I think that in the business world, we don't always get that same feeling, because it is a much more high pressure situation. And so I love that about working with any of our nonprofits, is that they're so passionate. The type of person that volunteers and or serves at a nonprofit has a heart. And I would say that that's something that I have seen in being a business owner, is the more of them I get to work with, the better the culture I'm creating for my staff, for the nonprofits. And it's really cool when you see any of them, coming in and supporting them in like a fundraiser, supporting them and it exceeds expectations. And you're just like, yay, community. Good job.
It's amazing.
We did good.
It's amazing to be a part of, and just to feel that. I think, the world focuses so much on all of the other things going on. And when you surround yourself with those opportunities, I think it just, your mindset of that is just shifts totally. Your perspective is so different on all of the great things going on.
Absolutely. I totally agree with that. What advice would you give to a business owner who wants to start building a nonprofit partnership but isn't quite sure where to begin?
Have a conversation. Find someone local, get to know them, build that relationship. It doesn't have to start right off the bat. I mean, you have to build that. You have to nurture that, and you have to just see where it is that you can meet one another in doing something that works for both of you. I think there's just a lot of opportunities out there. You just have to find that person that you connect with, and that organization and business that you connect with.
I love that. I love that answer. If someone is listening and wants to support Hunt the Fight, what is the best way for them to get involved?
Gosh, volunteering is a great way to do that. Coming to our events, we hold 4 major events throughout the year. We do have other people holding events for us throughout the year, which is also great to be a part of and come to those. It's so neat. Go to our website and reach out to us. It is helpthefight.org. So you can go to our website, our social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. Great ways just to follow us. And one of the biggest supports is to follow us, like and share some of the things. It may not be for you, but maybe someone else in your life, or someone else out there in the community, and just sharing that and supporting us in that way is great. But give us a call, reach out, and we're happy to have that conversation and build that relationship.
I love that. And then one final question.
Okay.
If somebody's listening and they have somebody that they love that needs the services that you offer, what is the best way for them to connect that, be a part of that? How does that look?
So there's different ways that you can do that. We actually have a patient coordinator. Her name is Susie. So she is the direct contact with our patients. So you can go onto our website, and there's a resource page for apply for financial assistance. There's a form that you fill out. You can get with your doctor, social worker. But if it's a little overwhelming, because we want it to be an easy process, sometimes that's a lot for somebody going through this, they can call. And Susie, our patient coordinator, will walk them through every step of the way. If they make that initial contact, she does a great job with reaching out to the nurse navigators, to the doctors, getting that information just to take a little bit of that weight off of them. Referrals are great. Like if you know somebody, have them reach out and connect us and let us help. There's so many people out there that are like, there's somebody out there that needs this more than I do.
That's literally,
hear that all the time.
All the time somebody needs. I thought that.
And we hear that all the time, but we can help everyone. So we're in a position that we can, and the significance of what we do. We were helping about 9 patients a month, and we helped 30 last month. 30. So it's increasing. There's different things. The awareness and sharing about who we are and what we do has increased. So that's been really helpful for people to know that we're here to help. And, thankful for you for this platform to be able to share that too, that maybe people didn't know who we are.
And now they do.
Now they do.
And they can tuck it away. And when someone they love is in that situation, have that resource. And know I heard about that.
Yes.
And I have somebody that I love that they can connect with. So
it's really important. So thank you.
Well, Teresa, thank you so much for being our guest today. My neighbor.
Yes, I know. I love being neighbors with you guys. It's so great.
So fun.
Yes.
So that's Hump the Fight. Thanks for talking about this. And I truly love that you went through. I really feel working with business owners and nonprofits that the instant thing always goes to sponsorship opportunities. And there's so many other ways. So thank you for talking about all those other ways so that business owners and, just professionals are able to connect and know how they can get involved and the steps to do that and have the courage to go out there and do that. So thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
All right. We'll see you next week.